Thanks for joining us for Religious Hard Talk. I'm Ian Boyne. Bad girl, Michelle Richards Phillips, is our guest on Religious Hard Talk. She runs Visions International Ministries, and her calling is to work with the marginalized, work with persons who have gone through domestic abuse, those who had been involved in drugs, the people who are not normally evangelized. She feels a calling to reach to those persons. Our ministry is based in Florida, but it is not a ministry that is stationary at all. She finds herself in a number of cities in the United States and was here during the Easter period to have a series of meetings at Mandela Park. And she is known for the bad boys and bad girls for Christ events. And one of those events was held in Jamaica during that time. So we thought we would talk to Michelle, who was an ardent dancehall fan, would be in her dancehall regalia. Well, you see how she's dressed like an anointed woman now. A total transformation. So we talked to her about her life and her ministry. We thank you so much for your company. Michelle, good to have you on the show.
My pleasure as well, because, you know, this is one that I can say check on my bucket list.
You wanted to be interviewed by me.
As a little child, you know, because I'm like 25 years old now, so as a little child, I always watch Profile.
You watch Profile, yes.
Yeah, and I've been interviewed by a lot of people that you would think in the United States. Yeah. But when I got the call that I was able to come on your show, it was just like, I was excited, and I said yes, because it was on my bucket list.
Great to have you. And you talk about Profile. This is not Profile, it's Religious
I know it's Religious
Hard
Talk.
But you do have a Profile story. You're working at Bank of Jamaica with the state. Then you went to Workers Bank, where you did some innovative things. Let's talk about that. You were one of the persons behind that well-known Workers Bank partner program.
Yes, Norma Russell at the time was my boss, and I started at Workers Bank as an auditor, and then I transitioned into the post office division, where we created the partner plan, and I was doing that with Norma Russell, my mentor. Of course, I have to big up Norma Russell because you know her thing good, and she really pushed me, and so I had to go around to all the post office divisions all over the country, and I taught them how to sell the partner product.
Okay.
Yes, so we were the first ones to do that in Workers Bank.
And you were the foot soldier.
Yes.
And then you left Jamaica, went to the U.S., worked at Bank of Jamaica and
Bank of America,
and climbed steadily. Talk about your Bank of America experience.
Steadily might be a very, steadily, quickly.
Yeah, quickly.
Quickly, because I started there in December 1999, and I started at the bottom of the personal banker.
Yeah.
But, at 22,000, little and faced, and the interview went, and the lady said, I'll give you the job, because I told her, she asked me, where do you see yourself in 3 years? And I said, in your seat. She said, okay then, all right. But in 3 years, I was sitting in her chair.
You were?
And she, not really her chair, but parallel to her chair,
yes,
and she wasn't even at the bank at the time because they had laid her off. So within 2.5 years, I was promoted from being a personal banker to being in charge of 8 branches. And then about maybe, I want to say 2-3 months later, after my branches really started to perform, they couldn't understand why, but you know what? You come from Jamaica, you have that oomph and that unction, because you want to do it right and do it well. So I was always motivated to be at the top and to do well and to empower people. So the minute I went into the branches, what I did, what no one else was doing, I changed around the staff. I allowed each person, and this will work for a lot of the organizations, I had them to do their own review. Okay. So they reviewed themselves, and by reviewing themselves, I would say, why did you give yourself a 1 year? Why do you give yourself a 5-year? And they, we discuss it that way, because if you rate yourself, then now we're going to discuss it. And based on what they would rate themselves, that's how I changed them around. And it worked for me. So within 2.5 months, I got 9 more branches. So I was in charge of 17 branches in Fort Lauderdale area of Bank of America for their loans, yes.
So you were bringing in a lot of money for the bank?
Oh, yes, because it was the loans, and the loans were not performing, because at that time, mortgage brokers were on the rise. So you find the loan systems in the banking centers were not as, as
buoyant.
Yes, as it should be. So what they asked me to do was they got a few of us, and I was the only black woman at the time.
The only black?
Yes, in the Fort Lauderdale area, to have that position. And within 2.5 months, I moved from 8 branches to 17. Yes.
Yes. So things were going very well, but after a time you decided to go into full-time ministry.
Ian, when your life is transitioned and when God transforms you, and of course, I'm not totally transformed, because I say I still have purple
I'm
ear.
going to soon talk about the purple ear.
But when there's a calling on your life, it's not you that make that decision. Because in my own self, in my own flesh, I would not have. I could not.
And you
have.
were earning a lot of money.
I was earning $240,000 US.
And you started earning by what? 20-odd thousand?
I started earning $22,000 US
a
year. I moved up to $240,000 US a year. But when God calls you, money's not. One time they did this thing in the bank where they did a survey, and they said, "What about to do the survey for?" Because we know so we motivate our money, because we want our money, because they were doing Bank of America always changing and doing stuff. Money was not our motivator. Recognition was most of the motivating factors for most of us. And it was very appalling to us, because we're like, no, money we want.
Yes.
But money was really not it. So even earning the $240,000, you're happy, but you're not totally happy. And you will find that when there's a calling on your life, there's nothing that will make you happy like when you do the work of God.
Yeah.
And that's what God will give you the passion to do, because when He gives you the vision, He's going to make the provision. And people always think that when He said that it's provision, financial provision. No, it means in your health. It means in your passion for doing it. It means in sending resources, like human resources. So He will make that provision to get you to that next level that He wants you to do what He's called you to do.
You lived life to the fullest when you were in the world, as the expression goes. Tell us about your dancehall obsession, your dressing.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you, I call myself a sting baby.
A sting baby.
Because Ninja Man, Move From Here was mine. You understand? Bun for Bun was another one for me. But honestly, from 1985 until I left Jamaica to 1999, I was always at Sting. From it there, Cinema 2 to Arbor View to what I want over Portmore Stadium. You want to see me in my peach pantsuit at Stadium with a big gold thing right.
I was at Stadium too.
You was at Stadium?
Yes, I was at
Stadium.
Yes, I was at Stadium too.
Lord, anyway. But to God be the glory. But so I call myself a Sting baby, but even while I was at Bank of Jamaica and Workers Bank, everybody knew me from the dance them. I would go Sunday night at Raytown, Monday night we kind of chill, Tuesday night Frontline, Wednesday night Metro Media, Thursday night Tropics, Friday night anywhere to dance there, Saturday night anywhere to dance there, Sunday night back to Raytown.
So it's just one night
every night, me and my friend Marcia from Philly, Every night. And guess what? I put more living over, no. Where I reach home, no. So, but I ride God town, I reach at the dance, enjoy till and say, time
and go back the next morning?
What do you mean? By the next morning, we're there Workers Bank, I'm there Bank of Jamaica. Looking cute, doing my work, want to sleep, but you know where the thing go, because I love the party. You have to make it happen.
So how does a party animal like Michelle leave that life, walk away from it, and become an anointed woman? That's the story we have to explore.
And me become an anointed woman.
The Lord do it or whatever.
God call me, because Ian, me tell you,
she will tell the story. We take our first break.
All right, we come back.
Good.